You are listening to the Pencil and Paper Podcast Network.
Wake up to the world you've been missing. Time to jump out of bed in the morning. No day, no life, now we're living. Can you feel it in the air that you're breathing? Time to show 'em what you're made of. Let's get back on track. Are you ready for a come on? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Are you ready now? You're lifting off the ground. Welcome back. No coming down. Can you feel it all around? Welcome back.
Hello and welcome back to Super Mega Crash Beyond. I'm your host, Stephen White. With me, as always, my co-host, Lazy Finley.
Happy Monday! Woohoo!
I don't know why I gave you such an aggressive intro. I was just like, let's just go with the energy. See where
We
it's
just
heading.
gotta mix it up every once in a while and see what sticks, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today's topic, I feel like will lead down so many rabbit holes.
As we do.
But I don't know. I just thought it would be fun since we talked about our favorite snacks, holiday snacks,
Holidays. Yeah.
back around Christmas time, things that we love looking forward to, which, very specific type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I thought it would be fun to open it up and let's just talk about all the snacks. All the snacks that we're
I like
always
to snack.
talking about because I love to snack. And
I love food.
Yes, I love food. And
Food's
I wish
fun.
my body could metabolize it so much better.
Same though.
But at the same time, I'm sure if it did, then I would probably eat all the time.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't I?
I don't know what good or bad that would be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like if it's not affecting me in any way, no, well, it would be like just a hobby. Like something
Yeah.
I always do when I'm doing this. Like TV, for instance. It always just feels like I should have something that I'm
Yeah.
fidgeting with. So I'll have some sort of fidget or whatever, but I could sit there and go through a whole can of Pringles and not even think.
Same. Bag of
Like,
chips. Yeah, bag of chips. I used to be bad about it. Like there was a time when me and the bag were here for a while, and I know I shouldn't be doing that. But
no, I
just-
should. Yeah.
you get into a zone, especially if you've been drinking or something like that.
God.
Oh, it just makes
Yeah.
it worse.
Oh,
So
God,
you're
yeah.
just like, I don't care.
Yeah, you care even less then, and
Yeah.
it tastes so much better. It's not
It
till the
does.
next day where you're like, man, I
done
feel
that.
gross,
Hmm.
Yeah, our dumb brains in the moment, though, it's just they're so happy, and they give you all the reasons why it's okay for now.
Yeah.
You're not doing it
So-
all the time. Well, you're not, like, well, I do, though.
So as far as what we enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
no judgments for starters. Whatever
okay.
you enjoy, I don't like. If any of you siblings out there, if you're listening, and like, well, that sounds great, but what if? And then you have some concoction that somebody might think you're weird. I don't give a shit. I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're onto something. Like I'll listen to, there's a podcast I listen to and they talk about food and they have like these little opinion, people will call in and be like, hey, what do you think if you mix this and then you try it that way and that's pretty good.
Mhm.
And when you hear about it, it's something you've never thought about, but you're thinking, doesn't sound all that bad.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's like, I like that thing and this thing. Why wouldn't they be good together?
So essentially, I just want to kind of go across the board. Maybe stuff that we used to love as kids,
Mm-hmm.
maybe as teenagers, where our taste changed, and what we love today. Because, man, oh man, there's so many great snacks out there.
It's
And-
hard to choose.
So I guess I'll ask for starters, where do you find yourself on the spectrum? And I feel like I've talked about this myself personally not that long ago, but we'll just, for a base starter, where do you always find yourself leaning when it comes to a snack? Something sweet or something salty?
See, that's tough because I feel like I go for equal portions because it's just really whatever it is that day. If I had to think about it, though, I probably a little more sweet. And maybe that's just because we usually have less sweets in the house.
Okay.
So like when we have it, I'm like, I want it, but we've
Yeah.
always got like some sort of chip or something sitting around. So I feel like I always can get the salty. But Yeah, so I guess if gun to my head, probably a sweet because I don't allow myself to buy them as often and bring them in the house because I will eat the whole freaking Little Debbie brownies in one night because why wouldn't I?
No.
Why does my stomach hurt at 2 a.m.? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I
No
get
idea.
that. I think I lean more toward the salty snacks. Like
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. That's what I'm in the mood for. If I want a snack, reach for something salty. However, it's not that I'll avoid sweet things. It's almost like my brain has this thing. It's like, well, if you're going for a snack, you want a chip. And,
Well, you can go longer on salty, I think, than sweet.
and maybe I think that's part of it too. But when it comes to sweets, I'm like, well, that's an after dinner thing. That's a dessert.
Your dessert.
thing.
Mhm.
You know, even on occasion, I'll admit this. Like if we've got cinnamon rolls or maybe like a coffee cake or something like that.
Mhm.
If they're sitting around and it's first thing in the morning, I kind of want one with my coffee. You
Sure.
know,
Tastes
because
so
I don't.
good.
Yeah, because I got this, deep, black, dark, rich coffee that has not a drop of sugar in it, but mix it with that coffee and the sugar and get that cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
love it. Like, and
Delicious.
as much as I love breakfast food, like sausage and bacon and eggs and biscuits and, just that whole country breakfast thing is what they'll refer
God,
to it
yeah.
as, whatever it may be. Like, as much as I love that, I prefer not to have my coffee with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want the hot drink with the hot food. I
Okay.
want the hot drink with this, little pastry over here that's got all the sweetness and just, it mixes so well.
Well, it just like works with the acidity too. I think like the acidity of the coffee and the sweetness of the roll or whatever it is that you're having. Yeah, it's just like they were meant for each other. Like it
Yeah.
balances it out, Like you definitely drink more stronger coffee than I do. I like to have a little bit of cream or something in it. Like I can't go too bitter. Now, if it's like me or no coffee, then yeah, I'll go for the bitter. Maybe less these days.
Now, I did try a different type of coffee the other day, and I want to ask you if you've ever tried this because I was curious. I'd never seen this before, so I like to explore the coffee options at the store. And, there's some that you can say are your fallbacks.
Mhm.
And this is so weird because this used to be my fallback. And somewhere along the lines, my brain is just like, it's not the same. It's not hitting the same anymore.
Okay.
And that was
And they
Folgers.
could have changed the recipe and stuff too. 'Cause, like,
That's true. But Folgers used to be that kind of a simple fallback. It's like, it's cheap enough. I can get a good, amount of it.
yeah, it was
and
good enough. It did its job. Yeah.
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 But here recently, I started getting some really good bag coffee,
Mhm.
like some of the higher dollar stuff. Some of that shit is not worth $20. Let me just tell
Sure.
you that right now.
Yeah.
So if you see one that says it's $20, you might just want to reconsider. It's not going to be that damn good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
So I tried those. Yeah, I was just like, I don't see what this is. It's not
Mhm.
hitting any
Or
different
I just
than
don't have
what
a
I've had.
sophisticated palate, maybe to.
So I
Well,
started
it's-
digging around, finding some new stuff, and I found this. I can't remember the brand. I want to say it was Community. It's in a red bag.
Ooh, community coffee.
Yeah,
I
think
see that
that's-
all down south, and it's good coffee.
I think that's the one that I'm thinking of. But it's in a red bag, and it said coffee and chicory, and I was like, chicory. And
See,
they
you're
said,
south enough to get it. Oh, I'm jealous.
and it said, it was like a New Orleans style
Okay.
coffee.
That's
all that
why.
stuff.
They have drive-throughs. And so every time I went to visit my niece in Louisiana, we would always go to, they just call it CC's Coffee. And it's just like a Starbucks.
hmm
And you just roll through and and I always would get it when I was down there because it was great and I couldn't find it anywhere else.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
Yay!
It really just kind of surprised me because I was like, I've never tried this. I want to try it out. And I even bought like a different bag of that coffee just in case because I was like, well, it seems adventurous. Ooh. So if I don't
Yeah.
like it, I'm going to have this other bag as a backup just in case. Well, no,
Mhm.
I was just like, I drank it and I was like, wow, okay.
It's good
That
stuff.
is new. That is something
Mhm.
unique. So I would alternate. So I saved that one for my weekend coffee, and then I would drink the regular coffee for my regular day to day.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. I'll definitely get it again because I was like, that is something
That's good. No,
something interesting. All right.
nice. Oh, that's funny because it was Louisiana was the only place I'd ever seen it,
Interesting.
and so I just assumed I was too far north. Maybe
No,
it's starting
see-
to creep its way up if you're seeing it in your stores.
I'll have to like buy you a couple and send you a package.
Maybe. I know. I even told my niece, I'm like, why aren't you sending me coffee? Because she would always have it at her house too. I would drink it up. Anyway. But yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So I know that that's not a snack, but it's just getting
Yeah.
through a story here.
I agree with you with the Folgers, though. I feel like somewhere along the line, because that was mine too, where it was just like, it's fine. You pick it up. It's going to taste like coffee and it will be okay. Somewhere along the line, I don't care for it anymore either. I actually fall back on Hills Brothers.
Okay.
That's my fallback now, as opposed to, because usually it's cheap enough and for some reason it just tastes fine to me. And it's not like $20 or I don't know, coffee's expensive these days
Sure.
anyway. Like you just get those little tins, they're already like 10, $15, But yeah, I agree with you. Folgers, bleh, I don't know what you've done differently or my taste buds changed or something, but it's just you do not taste good anymore. You are
Oh.
not the best part of waking up.
No, that is absolutely true. I tell you one that, I know we're not talking about coffee as our topic. Just bear with us. We'll get to all that. Other stuff.
You know how we operate by now.
But Maxwell House, my parents drink that. They made a pot one day, and like I think we'd come over to visit one early morning, or I don't remember. I don't remember. I just know that they made a pot, and they were just like, "Here you go, son." And I went, and it was just like hot water, and I was like, "Fuck me!" And I just set it down, and that was terrible.
It really is awful. It's so funny you said that because my in-laws drink that too. I was like, maybe it's an older person thing because like their taste buds are dead at that point. I don't know. But like, ugh. And then he found it on sale and then like sent us with a couple. And I'm like, I don't want it.
Nope.
Babe,
Nope.
I don't want to drink it. I realize it was cheap. Probably a good reason. But it's gross. Oh, that's so funny. Listen,
Like-
old people. Maxwell House is not good.
It's terrible. Like
it really
that
is
is
bad.
that's work coffee. That's the kind of stuff that they sell at or bring in. You got the vendor who's just like, here's your coffee for the week, and it's just the worst. Goddamn
Like when you go to
coffee.
the car salesman and you go inside and they're like, you want some coffee? And you go, yeah.
And you're like, no,
No, I don't.
I don't want whatever you're selling over there.
Nope.
All right, so as we're talking about snacks and what have you, what would you consider, like if there was one thing right now
hmm
that you could think of as your go-to, like anytime, any place, any day, what would be your go-to snack?
Like
you
that,
could-
like
It can
No,
be like a vague, like obviously you got to say something like candy bar or chips or something like that.
Mhm.
But is there something like a brand specific or maybe a flavor specific or anything like that?
Yeah.
Doesn't have
Well,
to be.
Yeah, it depends too. Okay, so like I've been lately over the last couple of years addicted to Pringles again because
Mhm.
they have just so many lovely flavors now that it's just kind of ridiculous. And they've got some really stupid hot ones too, which by the way, I think you would
Okay.
like. If they've got some habanero ones going on, some adobe ones going on. Oh my God, great. But the problem is I'll eat the whole can. I really will. In one sitting. They don't last more than one night. That's kind of the running joke here. It's just like we don't have snacks because we've eaten them. They don't last.
I get that.
You
I
know?
get that,
That's
yeah.
just why we don't buy them that often. Because yeah, like, I would probably not get out of the house because I just like to eat. So that I probably could reach for at any time.
Okay.
Like if I have a tin of Pringles handy. Now, if I'm eating a sandwich, it has to be Doritos
Mm.
because they go good on the actual sandwich. And they're the only ones that I will put directly into my sandwich as an ingredient. So it's like cheese, beef, mayonnaise, Doritos, bread. And I'm in heaven. It
Mhm.
can't be Cool Ranch. It can't be any other flavor. It has to be cheddar Doritos. And that's
Okay.
it, people. Do not mess with me. Do not
No.
give me another chip.
That sounds
It
like
will-
an amazing sandwich.
It really is. I'm telling you what it is it's the Swiss cheese.
Hmm.
Do you that cheap butted beef? Do you ever see those like little packages at the grocery store? They're like 79 cents or whatever. So I'm very specific about which things it is too. It's Swiss cheese, it's that beef, it's mayonnaise on both sides, Doritos, another layer of Swiss cheese, and then you can crunch it together and the cheese kind of holds it from dipping into the bread.
Yeah.
So it's not like falling apart in the bread. And then you got to wrap a little napkin on the bottom because the chips will try to come out.
That's true.
And then I'll still eat another chip on the side. It makes no difference. Like I got my pile of chips while I have my chips on my sandwich. And
Yeah. See, this is why you and I are soul siblings, because I'm the same way too. Now, I think I lean more toward, like, I don't hate Pringles or anything like that. I don't find myself gravitating toward them all that often.
I think it's because they've been on sale a lot lately too.
Might be. And I have seen some of the other flavors, and I've been curious, but for whatever reason, I'm just not. I don't
It's
know
hard
why.
to get your hand in the can.
Maybe that's
Like
it.
you get a little irritated because then they'll fall and then they're sideways and then you can't, and then you just kind of have to dump it and live with the
Yeah,
results.
eventually you have to. You have to dump it.
Sad.
But Doritos are probably 100% my all-time favorite chip.
Just blow through the bag.
Anytime there is a new flavor, I must have it. I have to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to enjoy it.
Sure.
I will admit, just because I say I love Doritos doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
that every flavor is amazing. Now, most of the ones that are staples on the shelf right now, yeah, there's a reason they're a staple.
Mm-hmm.
I love nacho cheese. I love Cool Ranch. Sweet and spicy chili.
I think
It's
I've seen that
always
one. Tapatio I see a lot. I don't know if you see it a lot where
Tapatio?
you are, but
Yeah.
where we are, we have it a lot, which is also delicious.
Like the flaming hot nacho cheese, I can take or leave, but the flaming hot ranch, there is something really interesting about that.
It's that tangy and the hot that goes so well together. I feel like
Yeah.
the flaming hot nacho one, there's not enough of a difference.
Right. It's not
Maybe I'm
unique
too
enough.
hardened. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's
I'm just too used to heat. And so it's
Yeah.
just not enough for me to really tell.
Yeah, so if I had a choice between the two, I'm definitely going for the ranch ones because it adds a new layer of something. It's just like, oh man,
Well,
this
see,
is awesome.
The ranch is the snacky ones.
Yeah.
So if I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanting to sit and snack, I'm gonna eat that. And then it's the same thing, man. And you got the nice layer that's on your fingers that you just like scrape on your teeth and yeah, all that gross chemical.
Even better. Here's what happened to me the other night, and I think this is what triggered this whole damn thing in my thought process.
In your head, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen some of the new flavors they popped up on. Well, I say new, returning flavors, I should say.
Oh, okay.
So one of the ones that I got here recently that I had to try is there was some sort of Hawaiian mango something or other. It's in a blue bag, got a little shark on there, and it's supposed to be like all summertime. And when I found out they were out there, I was like, I got to try these.
Sure.
Don't know if they are for me. Like, I have not wanted to venture back to them because
Okay.
they're very mango forward.
I was wondering
And
how that would go. What's the other saltiness to it? Just salt?
I think it's, I could be wrong about this. Maybe I looked into it wrong, but I think it's a Mountain Dew based flavoring. And I think that's what turned me off from it. Because
Gotcha.
it's too sweet. You know what I mean?
Wow, combining the Dew and Doritos, like we're mainlining the whole thing to these gamers, like just nothing in the way.
Now, again, I could be wrong about that, but I'm almost positive that's what the flavoring was that I was picking up on. Because, like I said, it had too much of a sweet than savory element to it, and it was just like, well, it's fine, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Now, another one they've got out on the shelf right now, at least around here, is Late Night Cheeseburger. This son of a bitch tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger. Okay,
Ew,
swear
okay.
to God, you got the
pickle
grilled beef
and-
flavor, the hint of pickle, some mustard, some ketchup, the onion, the cheese.
I'm
It's
looking
so
it up
good.
now. I've not seen this.
We've purchased these several times since they've been back out on the shelf. And the other day, I'm having these.
$12 on Amazon.
No,
Screw you.
bullshit. Don't shop on
No.
Amazon. Fuck them.
Look, I know chips have gotten dumb expensive, but that's stupid.
No, I'd never buy chips on Amazon because they are absolutely overpriced. I don't know what the fuck.
And they're all going to be broken by the time they get there.
Sure. But yeah, the Late Night Cheeseburger, we had a bag of those the other night, cracked it open for the first time, and I'm sitting there grabbing a few, and I reach in and I come back and I pop something in my mouth, and it wasn't a chip. It was just a big flavor bomb. Like one of them big chunks of just dust and everything. Just
Did your mouth just instantly pucker up and
yeah,
like
I
all
was
of
just sitting there eating it, and all of these flavors are just like super charged on my tongue, and I'm sitting there going, "This is a lot, but I love it."
like all of the moisture just gets absorbed away from your body.
And I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like the aftertaste is just all those flavors just supercharged on your tongue, and it was like, "That was so good."
Your mouth is tingling in the corners. The water is just flowing. Yeah, yeah. What is that too? You know, when you get that where it really tingles in the corner of your jaw, like, it's not even
Yeah.
comfortable. It's not pain. Where you're just like, I don't care for it.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, it was all those feelings, all that flavoring, and then I looked in the bag and I could see another one at the bottom, and I said, "I'm going to save you for later."
It's like, I'm going to do it again. Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ate a few more and I wrapped it up, and I said, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna come back for you.
We're going to have you one night. Mm-mm.
I don't know what it is. Like it's such an odd thing, but when you find it, you hate yourself and love it all at the same time.
It's like when you find the curly fry in all of you. It's just like, that one thing. It's just like,
you're gonna taste a little bit different.
you are, and I'm going to enjoy it because you weren't supposed to be there. It's like I got something free.
So those are always you don't see them all the time in chips.
No.
So for me, that's almost like a nice surprise when you
And you
happen
got
upon that one
two.
bag. And I found two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like. I've already eaten it, by the way, just so you know. Because like I said,
it's
this
not
is
still wrapped up waiting for
no. When we got that bag back out for the next day or whatever we were having it, I kind of searched around and I found it and I took it and I set it off on my plate and I was like, "We'll come back to you."
We're gonna.
I wanted to make sure he stayed intact.
We have a special date planned for you. Yeah.
Let's make it through the rest and I will savor you.
I will say that.
I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's just such an amazing flavor. It's so
It
much.
depends on which chip.
Which
like-
chip? For sure.
Like if it's one that was like super salty, tangy, tart, like sometimes it's just like I just got punched in the face. I'm like, I can't.
yeah.
I have no moisture anywhere left. It's all gone. And yeah, this is watering and hurts. My eye can no longer open. Like it's just
There is one chip that I have also had this happen to me on. And this one's almost, I don't know, it feels wrong. Like that.
okay.
It's okay. But there's something about, like, I don't know how they make it. I don't know what the difference of the compositions are. But Flaming Hot Cheetos, I found that in there too. But it feels oily. You know, like if you even put that in your mouth, not only is it hot, but you just feel like
It just
oil
sticks.
is sitting in your
Like
mouth.
it's made of paste.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like I love it and hate it at the same time. It's just like, man.
Yeah, that one's weird to me because like they're all kind of fried.
Yeah.
So I'm like wondering what maybe because they're fluffier, so maybe they hold more when it's sitting in the bag. I don't know, but you're right. They always seem to be more greasy than any of the other ones, and most chips are fried. Unless
Yeah,
it says
but
baked, but like
whatever it is with that particular composite, like the oil, like you get to the
Mhm.
bottom of that bag and it's just oily and slick. You can kind of see that on some of the bags, but it's not
Mhm.
like that.
no, yeah, you're right. I never really thought about it too hard, but you're right. I
Yeah.
wonder what that is. Maybe
Who
something
knows?
with the cheese, the kind of cheese they use for that. I don't know. Maybe we should
Could-
ask what's his name, guy who invented the flaming hot ones.
Oh yeah,
That we
should.
had the movie about. Was it in there? Maybe we need to go watch the movie again. Maybe it'll say why it's oily.
Don't remember, but yeah. I don't know. Whatever it may be, that one's. Of course, I will admit I don't go out of my way for flaming hot Cheetos all that
No.
much.
I don't go out of
did-
my way for much. I'll just like if I walk down there and I see it and I grab it, we're good.
Yeah, it's like for those I have to be in a mood, you know? Like I'm craving that spice. I need that in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll even admit this too. I'm very particular about that. Crunchy or puffs? Which are your preferred?
Crunchy, I think.
You're
And it's
crunchy?
weird because they both wreak havoc on my gums. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure why I eat either, you know? But I feel like I like the crunchy more.
I like the puffs.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I prefer the puffs. And now, if I'm being 100% honest, one of my big and I have
Are you
like, there
usually
was
a liar? Is that why?
No.
No, I love that turn of phrase myself.
A variation of
Okay.
the snack that we're talking about here that is probably my most preferred. But I had to, at some point, put a line in the sand and be like, this has to be a every once in a blue moon snack because I know how I am and I know what will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese balls, the big tub.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I cannot have that in my house because, as you were talking about, where you go through an entire can of Pringles, I can sit down and just go to town on this
It's like
barrel, not
air.
thinking. Yeah, because it's like popcorn. You know, you pop one in your mouth, you chew it up, and you just
It
keep
dissolves.
going.
Yep.
You don't think about it. You just keep snacking. And now, I'm not saying that I've gone through an entire barrel in a day. I have not.
Okay.
But I can take a dent out of the top pretty good.
You would think we had it a couple days. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a good snack. So at some point when I realized what I was doing, I'd start transferring them to a bowl, which is
Sure.
probably a smarter thing to do. So I
Yeah.
would be like, here's my big tub, and I'm going to pour just enough in this bowl here, and that's my snack. And then
And
I put it up.
How many snacks come in like giant jugs like that too? If you think about it, like
And such a deal, man. I mean, depending on where you get it, you
Yeah.
can get like a big tub like that for $5.
true,
And
and
I
they're
just,
giant.
and they're so good.
They really are good.
They're
I
just
don't know
delicious.
that I've ever gotten them by themselves. I know I always got when it came with like a variety thing where it'd have like the cardboard in it to make it look like it had 4 different things, like caramel corn and something else, and then cheese puffs was always like one of them.
See, I just they sell them down at the dollar store right down the road, and I used to I would, and I'm very particular about it too. They had a different type last year. I think they were trying to do holiday flavors, so they were snowballs. So they were
So
like
sweet?
white cheddar.
Uh,
Did not hit at all the same.
it's
Like,
a
I
different
was-
flavor.
Yeah, I was like, nope, this isn't. No, I'm not doing this one again because I want that cheddar flavor, whatever's on the originals. That's the shit.
White cheddar Cheez-Its, though, I would argue is better than regular in my mind. I like those better than I do the regular cheddar Cheez-Its.
I can absolutely concur.
See?
I had some of the white cheddar, the puffed ones. Have you seen those?
I've seen them. I've not had
Yeah.
them. But yeah, I just go for the cracker.
Those are good. Those are good.
I love them. I can only do so many because like he doesn't like them. So I know I'm going to be eating the whole thing. So I have to be careful. And I will. You know what? Those are kind of greasy too, if you think about it. Cheez-Its?
Yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't
Maybe.
say like on the level of what we were talking about with the Cheetos, but yeah, there's a hint. There's a.
Maybe,
So,
maybe.
You
More
say
with
the
cheese.
white cheddar are your go-to?
For
are the-
Cheez-Its, if you're giving me Cheez-Its, I want white cheddar.
Are
I
there
don't
any
really
other?
eat the cheese balls.
Have you tried any of the other Cheez-It flavors?
Maybe I'd have to look at them and see if one rang a bell. Those are the only two that comes to mind is the original and the white cheddar. And it's maybe because our in-laws always gift us these little snack boxes every once in a while, and it'll have those in there.
Now, this one is a good one. I don't necessarily always gravitate to this, but again, it's one of those that if the mood strikes me right, they're pretty good. They have a hot and spicy, which is like seasoned with Tabasco.
Ooh.
It's got
Okay.
a good flavor to it.
You know what, though? I would do that to mine. And maybe it was because I just worked around so many people, like Latinas, and the kitchens that I worked in, they slapped hot sauce and everything, even their watermelon. I'm like, look, guys, some things don't need it. But we would do that with the chips. And so sometimes if I have Doritos here and Cholula all over it, oh, I was surprised at how much I liked that too. So yeah, I like spicy.
I would
see me
try.
liking that.
Yeah, if you can find a little package of those or something, give them a try. I think you'd like them because, like I said, I don't necessarily go to them, but sometimes the mood hits me right, and it's just there's the Tabasco of it all. You know, it's not just a hot flavor; it's a very specific heat and flavor, and such a great pairing.
It really is. I like it.
Love it.
I'll try it. I like spicy. I do like spicy snacks. Like if I'm snacking, I like it when they got a nice little kick to it.
Now, are you a Takis fan at all?
Sometimes they're a little too hard.
Yeah.
I think they roll them too tightly sometimes where it's just like, ow. Maybe I've got crap teeth too. But like, sometimes they get to be too much to chew. Like I'm just now I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's a workout to chew on those. But yeah, every once in a while I'll grab them.
See, I know. I mean, the original flavors they're fine, but I've explored some of their others. I think they had like a sweet chili flavor.
Sweet's a harder sell for me on chips.
And yeah, it was good, but I wouldn't be like, oh my God, it was just the greatest ever.
Yeah.
They have a nacho cheese flavor that's got a spicy kick to it.
Ooh.
That one is phenomenal.
Okay.
Like, if you want something outside of the regular Takis, those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have like a special name, but it's supposed to be like a spicy cheese, cheddar, or whatever. Comes in an orange bag.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
So fucking good.
So good. See, those are things, whole bag, gone one night. I'm not sharing. Go away.
There's a brand I want to ask and see if you've heard of when it comes to chips, outside of all that. I don't know if they're owned by, like, you know how we have, I don't know about you, we have Hardee's here, but on the other side of the coast, there's Carl's Jr.
Right. Yeah. Ours is Hardee's
I think
also.
Yeah, I think we have Kroger. Opposite side, they have Ralph's, maybe.
I think so. Well, it depends. Like, I don't know where your line for the South is drawn sometimes too. Because like my family that's from the South, they're in the South. There's no mistaking it. They're in Mississippi. They're in Louisiana, or Arkansas. They're in the South. You're kind of a gray area.
There is kind of a
Midwest-ish, southerny areas. And
it's there's a hard line somewhere, but
yeah.
I'm not 100% sure where it's at.
But I do know Kroger, and it is not near me.
Okay.
And I feel like I didn't see it in Southern Illinois either. So Piggly Wiggly is very south. Is that still around? Do you have a Piggly Wiggly?
We did, but they recently changed it to a cash saver, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh.
I think there is still one. Again, I haven't been out this way in a while, but if you head out, like if I'm trying to go to my brother's house in Chattanooga, we go through a town and they had a Piggly Wiggly, and every time I've gone out there, it's there.
Oh, good. All right.
So I'm assuming the brand is still alive, just maybe not in all the places.
Yeah, I don't know if ours is like, I remember Super Value, Shop and Save, Schnucks, and now I'm near a Jewel. Yeah, is that
I love that.
Is that a known name? Schnucks?
No, I just know it. Like, I've heard that as a term that you call somebody.
Like a schmuck,
Yeah,
but no, Schnucks. Yeah, we had a Schnucks. Now that I keep saying it, it is kind of a funny word. Where I grew up in Belleville, Illinois, we had a Schnucks. And same thing, Shop and Save or Jewel Osco. I never heard of Jewel till I moved here, so it must be like a North thing.
Could be. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
They're gross, by the way. They're not clean stores. I don't like it there.
As I was just bringing up brands, we went on the wrong brand, but it's fine.
As we do.
Making a point.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're regional.
And sometimes snacks you can't find in other areas too. Yeah. So.
Right. So I don't know if this is a regional brand. I know that I don't want to say it's hard to find here. Some people carry it, some don't. And it's weird. Everybody carries Doritos. We know that.
Yeah.
But this is one of those labels that some people carry, some people don't. And it's called, I think it's just Hers or Hares, HERRS. And then their catchphrase or whatever is like, make mine hers. Or something like
even
that.
looking at it, it doesn't look familiar. So
They
I don't know
have
if I've heard of this.
such an interesting array of flavorings for all their chips. They do potato chips. I think they do nacho or like corn chips. And then they also do like cheese puffs. And their cheese puff varieties are through the roof. There are so many I want to try, but I can't find them.
I was going to say, I'm on their website right now. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It goes for days.
Yeah. The prices, trying to find them on Amazon, just seemed ridiculous. You try to order off of the website, it's a little ridiculous. But again, I don't think it's meant for me. It's meant for a store,
Well,
purchase.
I would hope the store is actually getting it cheaper than that, because how much more can you sell it for and make a profit?
Yeah.
So
So
you might be right.
anytime I see a new flavor from this group, I think the very first one that I tried was a jalapeno cheddar cheese puff. And
Ooh,
like
yeah.
those are phenomenal
I'm
because
addicted.
they hit a balance. They've got a great cheese flavor,
Mhm.
and then you can get some of that jalapeno, and it balances. One doesn't overpower the other. It's like a good, solid cheddar pepper or something like that, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
So good.
Good. Oh my God. Yeah. I kind of want to, I hope I got to find these. Like some of
Yeah.
these I've never even heard of.
There's like a sweet and sticky barbecue, I think is what they call it, and it uses like the Stubbs brand barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It's got
And
a
then there's
nice
a honey
smoky sweet.
sriracha.
Oh,
Maybe.
a honey cheddar. You'd think that shit would even work, but it does. It's weird.
I'd give it a shot.
I would recommend it because it's just
Yeah.
like, wow. Now, they even have like a Carolina Reaper one, which I wouldn't say it's like as hot as that, but it's an interesting little spicy, like it would be the equivalent of a flaming hot Cheeto.
Sure. Yeah. I don't
Just
know.
maybe not with the pungent
Without
punch
the-
of that flaming hot.
Feeling like you're going to die from the inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the next day. That's the worst part about those, because the next day you're just like, oh God.
Yeah. Life is pain.
It was so good yesterday. What has happened?
Yeah.
I'm
it's-
very,
it's-
very careful about when I eat my spicy foods now, because I
I'm
do not
not.
want to be at work.
I don't.
next
well,
day.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
I just don't,
Yeah.
because I don't want
no.
to have that fight. You know, I already
And it
struggle enough to find
stings a little bit.
Well, it's trying to get into the bathroom. That's the problem I got.
I mean,
You go
is
in
it like
there.
a one person?
No, there's
Oh.
10 damn stalls, okay? And if you go in there at a certain part of the day, they're all filled, and they will stay filled for at least 30 minutes. It's like people are living in there, and it's like, are you... Come on.
Do you guys just wait till you get to work?
Some people will stand there on their phone and wait for their turn, smelling the nastiness that's sitting in there. I can't do it. I can't do it.
No.
It stinks in there, and
I'll
you're just
come
standing
back.
there on your phone.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
I'm just like, you know, the moment I go in there, and the moment if I even see somebody leaning on the wall, I turn right the fuck around. I'm like,
Yeah,
nope.
like this is not going to be a good
'Cause
time.
I'm not playing this game. I got to go to the bathroom. I need a stall somewhere.
Right. Yeah. Just
So I have to
privacy,
go to the
please.
other side of the damn building.
Oh.
Ridiculous as that is.
I wouldn't mind that, I don't think, because then I'm not walking back towards the people that I was just sitting next to. Not
True.
that they would know, I guess, like unless they were
But,
following
yeah.
me. But yeah.
Anyway,
Yes. I don't learn my lesson. I will keep eating them and then get mad that my stomach hurts at like 4 a.m. And I'll do it again the next day because I learned nothing.
I do it too. We're all
Glutton for
simple
punishment.
sometimes when it comes to food.
It's just I
Like
want
it's
it.
so good, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Harris brand, they're pretty good. The giant tub of cheese balls that I mentioned earlier, I think it's an Utz. I think it's the name of the brand
Okay.
for that. And like I said, they remind me of the same thing. And I've always been curious if they were the same brand. I don't think they are, but they might be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
But they look good.
chips are just. I'm trying to
They're
think of some chips that maybe we don't talk about or haven't talked about that people don't consider, or maybe I could turn someone on to. But there are just certain brands that are go-tos.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so here's a great example. Like, I personally, I know you mentioned Pringles kind of being your
Mhm.
thing. Doritos kind of the one I lean toward. If you were to choose between a Lay's or a Ruffles, which would you lean toward, you think?
To me, there's so little difference outside of the ridges. There's almost like, what am I in the mood for? A ridge or not? I would probably say maybe Ruffles.
They're a good dip chip.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna have those, I'm probably dipping because I'm not the type who wants to just snack on just like a regular salt chip.
Same.
Like I want the flavors or something if I'm snacking. Now if I'm dipping in like a ranch dip or the same thing with like Tostitos, I'll get corn chips when I know I want to eat salsa. I won't necessarily just sit down and eat corn chips by themselves.
Sure. What monster would do that?
Yeah, why are you doing that? It's a conduit for other flavors. But yeah, probably Ruffles if I'm being forced to choose. What about you?
Same. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just like I don't hate potato chips, but for whatever reason, I'm not I don't gravitate toward them.
There's just so many other fun flavors, I guess, that just like even with Pringles, I don't get original. Why? I want all the other stuff, you know? And if you love original, then by all means, I just want other chips. I don't want just plain potato chips.
Well, like you said, yeah, absolutely. The only time that I'm buying a plain ass chip is if I am putting it with something.
Mm-hmm.
So if I've got a plain ass potato chip, there's going to be a dip that goes with it.
We're
if
making
I've got,
nachos or something.
Yeah, corn chips, whatever. Yeah, there's going to be cheese. There's going to be salsa. There's going to be something
Mm-hmm.
going on with it. It's not going to be plain for long.
No. I do like Sun Chips though.
Oh, sun chips are good though. Yeah,
They're really good. There's something about that wheat or that's in there.
Yeah.
I really like that. The little, I guess it is a tiny bit of sweet is what it kind of comes off, but it tastes so good. I don't know. I love them.
I think it's got a unique enough flavor that
Mm-hmm.
I guess whatever would be plain with those, it's still unique. It's still kind of complex. It's not just like you said, a salty ass potato.
Yeah, just a salt potato, fried salt potato. Yeah.
So yeah, I could 100% agree and get on board with those.
Mm-hmm.
While we're on the salty, pretzels. Now,
Mm.
how do you like? Do you even like pretzels, or like how do you prefer them? If you
Like
do?
the little, like if you're talking like little hard pretzels or whatever, if it's mixed in with like a snack, like a Chex Mix or something like that, fine. I don't usually eat them on their own. If I want a pretzel, I want a soft pretzel with lots of cheese, and I'll eat all of it with the gross salt and all, just, that used to be my favorite thing to get at the movie theater. As I would always just get like the soft pretzel, and then they came out with the pretzel bites, and I was in heaven because it was just like little dips of cheese everywhere. And I would eat the whole thing again and just wonder why I'm like, why am I so tired? It's because I was just sitting in a dark room for a couple hours. That's got to be. It's not all of the bread I just ate.
No.
no, just can't get it together, man. Why? Just get up. But yeah, soft pretzels. If I want pretzels, I want a soft pretzel.
Yeah, a good soft pretzel, I would agree. Like, I don't personally go for the bags. Like, I would never go out of my way and just pick up a bag of pretzels.
No, I
Straight-
can't think of
straight
me doing that.
pretzels.
Yeah.
However, I think it's the Hanover brand. I think it's what they're Snyder's of Hanover
Oh,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. I mean, like, that's pretty much all they're known for is
Mm-hmm.
pretzels, at least from what I've seen.
Like the
They
big
have-
thick rods too.
Yeah.
Pretzel rods.
Just smack somebody upside the head with it. But they have this one line of pretzel flavors called Pieces. And it's like they just took maybe like those big rods and crushed them up into little pieces. And they flavor the shit out of them.
Ooh.
Okay. And I'm talking like they've got a cheddar cheese. They've got a buffalo. They've got a... I feel like there's a jalapeno one in there, maybe.
Okay.
There's another flavor that I'm forgetting. I can't remember what it is, but they are just like coated in flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd think that they would just be big, hard chunks of pretzel,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow they have a nice crunch on the outside, but the breading that they've flavored up is soft enough. So you get a nice crunch, but you can also just chew on it and bite it real good. It's so fucking good.
Now you just made me think of combos.
Oh, combos.
I
Yes.
would eat those. The pretzels and it would have the cheese in the middle or something. Not the freaking cracker ones they would come out with. No. I
Pretzel.
wanted the pretzels with the cheese in it. Yeah. So I would eat those. Does that count?
Yeah.
I used
Those
to
are
eat the
good.
crap
No, those
out of
are
those.
great.
Yeah.
I haven't. I feel like I got some combos not that long ago, and I don't remember how long ago it was, but somebody had brought it up
Mm-hmm.
and was just talking about it, and I was like, damn, that sounds really good right now, a combo.
I haven't had them in a long time. I remember when I was bartending for some reason. I just remember this. I was on a streak. Like I was just addicted to combos. That like even with some of the biker guys that I hung out with, they would like bring me combos, and it was lovely.
Yeah.
I can just remember them bringing me bags of combos just cause. So that's how I knew I was eating them so much because like my customers were bringing me snacks. It was great, and I'd eat them all again. Like nothing lasts long.
That actually begs a question. Okay, so how do I ask this here?
Mm-hmm.
Combos are so unique that there is not another snack on the shelf like them. How did they get away with that? And nobody's tried to copy that.
Maybe they had, it just didn't work because it's a specific kind of fake cheese.
Sure, yeah.
Like I'm not. No, none of it's.
But I
real.
mean, we have. Everybody has their own nacho cheese flavored tortilla chip, and everyone has their own Cheeto type chip.
Yeah, like a cheese puff of some kind.
Yeah. Everyone can do their own flavored popcorns and what have you, but combos.
Yeah,
I cannot think of one knockoff brand combo and why that never happened. Because it's not like that they were never a big popular thing. They're still on the shelves today.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they're still out there. I just haven't bought them in a while. I
I'll
guess
see them
maybe
every
the
once in a
peanut
while.
butter filled ones might have been the closest I can remember seeing someone try to do something similar, but
My only now again, I'm not knocking because the last time I had the combos, I was like, yeah, that brings back some good memories or whatever. I will say my only complaint is I just wish they'd find a way to get a little bit more flavoring right there in the middle because sometimes it seems half-assed. Like they just went and you've got a big old barrel pretzel and no flavor. And it's like,
Nothing's
well,
in
you
there.
son of a bitch, you got cheap on me.
yeah. The pizza ones though, that I think were really good ones. You're right.
Yeah,
Now I kind of want
pizza
to like
ones.
what's going on. See
I
if
could, I don't know. I could be
anybody-
wrong.
Yeah, or just combos have done so well that like we can't. Like even if we saw the knockoff, we just said it was combos.
Now, even as I'm saying that, do they have? There's not even knockoff Hot Pockets, are there? And I feel like it's the same damn company, but I can't think of anybody else doing a knockoff Hot Pocket. There might be, and I just can't think of it. But I don't know of any brands.
I don't either. Or it's another one of those where it's just like we call it Hot Pocket. Whether it was supposed to be the name of it or not, like you know how sometimes it was just like that wasn't the name of our thing, but that's what we called
there's
it.
always another brand.
I mean, I'm sure there's like if you go there, there's the store's brand, maybe. I feel like the store always has its knockoff version of a lot of popular items.
Sure.
That's always just enough different.
But I can't think of one.
No, I can't either. No. Hot Pocket.
See, that's another one that I used to love, and I don't feel like they hit the same anymore.
Well, I can't remember the last time I've had one. You know,
There-
honestly.
yeah.
Or Totino's pizza rolls. Like I can't remember the last time I've picked up any of them.
Pizza rolls we still have regularly at this house.
Oh,
It's
nice.
just a simple, easy,
Mhm.
you know, if you feel like we'll keep a bag almost every week in there so that one day you just don't feel like doing anything or you're just so damn tired. It's just like, just fucking
Dump
throw
it
in
on a
pizza
tray
roll.
and in the oven it
Yeah.
goes. Yeah.
And so you just cook up a bag and then it's like, here, everybody dig in and eat what you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. But you have to be careful because it's like it was everything. It's like you can't eat it right away or your entire tongue is burnt. But if you wait too long, they've already congealed. And it's like there's just this very small window where you can just eat them comfortably and they're good.
Yeah.
Hot Pockets the same way though.
Maybe get a little bit of ranch, cool them all before you. But even still, that's a risk because you could be like, oh, it's nice and cool. And it's
Yeah. And then it's just burned everything because it's
like, oh
yeah.
my God.
Why is it 3,000 degrees in the middle of this thing? You know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, pizza rolls. See, now that's one I've seen knockoffs of. Everybody
yeah.
has like a knockoff pizza roll, or at least to a degree. I know I've seen Kroger's got one. I know that there's what's that? It's that Italian brand with the old lady's face. And she just, it looks like it came out of the 1800s or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to be your real Italian grandmama.
It's not Barillo, is it?
No, it starts with an M, a Michelina or something like that. Is that the? Because I feel like that is a tire. You know what I'm?
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm talking
see
about.
the logo, but I can't think of the name to
It's a
save
kind
my
of a-
life right now.
A green box or something like that. It's got an old lady on there, old Italian lady. That's all I can say. Michelina.
And it's a Hot Pocket?
Well, no, they've done their own Hot Pocket
like
brand
whoever
now.
that company is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
they're trying to get in-
I even tried to I even tried to Google like green box old lady.
Because I feel like
Olive Garden. And I'm like, no.
Because I feel like they were even like early on when my kids were little and we were trying to find them like fun dinners that weren't outrageous.
Dino
'cause-
Bites or something.
Yeah, because you get like, you go over and of course they want the kid cuisine because it's like, look at all these cartoon characters trying to help you eat. And it's like, but it's $5 and you can get the same thing over here for $1.
And it tastes better probably because then the brownie's not burnt to your pan when you're done.
Yeah, but they'd always want the fancier thing. So the Michelina, I think that's what it is. That's what I'm going to call it. If I'm wrong,
that's the closest I've heard. I think you're right.
I feel like that's what it is. Point being that I feel like they had like a little small dinners, like it'd be chicken nuggets and some potato cakes or something like that. But the potato cakes were smiley faces.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'd get them those for them because, it's fun. It's fun. And
Those
that
are
way they
fun.
could have their fun and eat it too. And
Yeah.
not have to worry about the cartoon characters on the box saying, come on over here and eat this.
It's so funny, like how you had to barter with kids to eat, and now I'm like, yes, give me food all the time.
Trying to even barter with my youngest right now. All she wants, I honestly feel like she could survive on ramen for the rest of her life. If we are cooking up, we'll have chicken and potatoes and green beans or something like that, and then be like, you want to eat? No. It's like, I don't know what else you're going to eat. And she'll go over to the cabinet and grab a pack of ramen, heat it up, and there you go. And I'm like, all right, fine. Christ,
I've heard
if
that
that's all
kids
you
go
want.
through phases like that, or they'll only eat hot dogs or only eat macaroni and cheese, and then parents are like, as long as they're eating, I don't care anymore. Just eat the macaroni, So I'm just
That's
like,
kind of where we're at with it. Like, I know her grandparents are just like, well, I don't understand why she won't eat. And it's like, no, she doesn't want to eat what you're eating.
yeah.
There's something unappealing about whatever it is that you're trying to eat. And maybe in some degrees I can understand, but that's just we've just learned to kind of roll with it. It's just like, whatever, that's what because you and her would be fighting over Pringles. I can tell you that right now.
We just get our own can and just call it a day, I think.
Yeah, because she does what you talk about, and I have to tell her, be like, honey, I was like, I know you want them. I said, but you might want to save some for tomorrow.
Well, it's
So,
because her hand can fit in the Pringles can still.
yeah,
There's no resistance. Yeah, straight in.
But no, I've caught her. She's eaten a whole can in one day before. But to be fair, it's not all at once. Like, say I get it for her at lunchtime or something like that. So I got her some lunch stuff and I'm like, here
Grabs
you
a
go.
little stack and
So she'll eat some and you'll see her put it back in the cabinet. But a few hours later, she come back and she get it.
that is kind of what I do too sometimes if I know it's there. Because I keep putting it away thinking, we're done. You've grabbed what you wanted. You put it away. You're being an adult. And then an hour later, I'm like, nobody can tell me what to do. As I walk back in there and grab it back, and pour some more thinking and put it away. And then before I know it, I'm like, why did I save 2 chips at the bottom? I didn't even realize that's all I left myself. And now I'm sad. Because eating just 2 chips when you were in the mood for a snack, it's kind of mean. It's just rude.
That whole campaign that they ran for, what was it, Ruffles or Lay's, you can't eat just one. That is an absolute fact for all chips, all across the board.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
If you could, you need to make better chips.
Oh yeah, clearly. There's a brand. I will say I can admit this 100%. There's a brand down here at the dollar store. I got them one time. I'll never buy that shit again. They are horrid fucking chips. It's called Turkey Creek. I think it is. Don't know how local they are, like where they like. Good God, even my daughter, like I tried it and I was like, this is fucking terrible. And I wasn't trying to be like, well, I'll just make her eat it.
bad here.
Yeah. I just thought, I was like, well, I'll offer them to her and
make
see
sure
what
I get-
happens. And I was like, hey, if you want some of these, you can have them. She had one and she was like, I don't like these. That was enough.
Yeah.
If the kid won't even eat it, then
Then
there's
you
something
got to
wrong
move
with
on,
these.
man. There's something wrong. Well, it's like even those kettle popped ones, pop kettle or something like that. Some of them, like they're just too hard.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I'm working too hard. Like my jaw shouldn't get that sore trying to eat a snack. Like, oh my God, it's so.
Sure.
So, no.
There is
balance.
one, and I don't know if this is the same as what you're talking about just now, but they're like bags of popcorn, but they're mixing in like Snickers or Heath bars, or so it's a candy
yeah.
popcorn or whatever. Have you seen those?
I think so. Yeah, usually like in little baggies, right? I feel like
Yeah.
I've seen them at like gas stations or something. I'm sure they have bigger bags in the grocery store, but that's usually where I can remember seeing it because they always get me.
Yeah, I've seen the bigger bags and I've been curious, but I've yet to pull the trigger on that. I've kind of wanted to try it.
I feel like I have because some of them will have like the chocolate covered pretzels. That I was going to say if I eat pretzels too, if I get them by themselves, I get just those ones that are covered like in the white chocolate or white fudge or white substitute or whatever the crap is called.
Is it the flips?
Yes.
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 Those are
And
good.
again, whole bag gone. So like, yeah, if I'm eating hard pretzels, I want the chocolate covered ones, you know, and I want the white chocolate. Yeah, I know, judge me. But yes. And some of those popcorn ones, it'll have like the caramel dripping and some hard chocolate that's dripped on top of it too. So it's just like, it's a huge mess when you're at the bottom, but it's like, it's that glorious mess of everything that's crumbled. And then you just like dump the whole thing like bag into the mouth so you can get all of it in there. A little bit of all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
I do.
good.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Now I'm like, I want so many snacks right now.
So I got a question for you, and I'm sure we'll get back on track to some. Oh, we're on track. So I want to ask you about if you can think of, and it might not seem weird to you, but is there like a snack combo or something that maybe that is a snack of your choosing that you do that other people would be like, well, that's kind of weird, or like, here's an example. I just had a craving one day. Don't know where the fuck it came from, but it was just like, this sounds delicious and I'm going to do it. You get that, like a tub of the caramel that's actually meant, I think, for apples, like, because you can find it over there with all that. Got a tub of that. And I think you just heat it up for like 5-10 seconds or whatever, just enough to kind of loosen it up so it's not hard. I got some of that and some Ritz crackers and just dipped the Ritz crackers. Sweet, salty, crunch. And I don't know where it came from. Never had it before in my life. But
I mean,
it just sounded like, it sounded like a great combo, and it was. And
I don't know.
loved
I
it.
used to eat cream cheese on graham crackers. Is that weird?
No, done that too.
And sometimes just butter on the graham crackers too. We would just do that. Yeah. So
I've never done
salted butter in the tube or the bar or whatever, not the tub. Tub butter tastes so much different.
It does.
So I used to get the tub butter all the time because I'm like, well, that's crazy convenient. And then started baking again. I'm like, but this just tastes better. I'm just going to deal with it, which is why I tried to make myself a butter dish. Too bad it was too small. Womp womp. But yeah, cream cheese and graham crackers. The only thing that really kind of comes to mind that I maybe was a weird combo.
I had one suggested to me, and at first, your brain goes, nah. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, why not? It sounds like it was all right. I had a friend of mine say that she likes cheese and peanut butter. And again, my brain went, no. But then I thought...
What kind of cheese?
Just plain old cheddar, I think.
Okay.
They may have done American too, but again, I think it was cheddar.
Okay.
But I thought about it and I was like, okay, let's try it. So I did. I had like a little piece of cheddar cheese and I had some crunchy peanut butter and I just put a little on there and took a bite and I was like, I don't know if it would be my go-to, but it's not bad.
Right. Like, I'm not spitting this out, but I don't want to make more. Yeah.
Like, I ate it. I felt like it tasted good. I guess it would be like, because I've never tried this, like cheese on apple pie. I don't understand it, but...
We've done that. Oh, yeah. And see, I figured that was more of a Southern thing, so I'm kind of surprised you hadn't.
I've never seen anybody do it around here.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because like where I'm from is not the South. It's from the south of the state. And I mean, and it's close to Missouri where a lot of them feel like they want to be bad. They do. Yeah. The southern half of Missouri badly wants to just be the South. And maybe it is. I don't know where the lines are drawn. I just know it's a far cry different, just like a little bit south to going back up towards the north of it. But yeah. She would always put, but it was American cheese slices. So that's different. Okay. And I can't even remember the last time I've had American cheese, probably when I lived at home. I don't know that I've ever bought it on my own, or I don't have a memory of ever buying American cheese slices ever.
I personally do not. If I'm shopping, I avoid it. Yeah, I love cheddar. Yeah, like that's my go-to. Now I will explore others. Like I know Katrina likes Monterey Jack.
Well, did you ever get that one cheese we were talking about? That fancy. was it Camembert or something? I don't know. We were talking about it
Oh.
on a pod, and now I can't remember which one it was.
No, but I know what you're talking about. Shit. Someone's already shouting it right now. I can
Yeah, I
hear
know. And I want to. I could probably go in the Discord and search or something because I feel like Dava gave us a recipe or a somewhere to buy it or a something.
Shit.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
what you're talking about. Yeah, no,
So
I
I'm
don't
guessing
think
no.
I have.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I still got to look at my cheese selections at the store. And I always feel like I want to look at them because I enjoy looking at all the different types. But then you always have that one person who'll come up and just start looking. It's like, I can't do this. Not while you're here.
Just go
You
away.
know.
This is my time
Yeah,
to look for cheese.
everybody's always in my damn way. Why can't I just look for a moment without someone showing up? I swear to God, that is an actual thing that happens to me.
Just
I'm not even
gravitates towards
joking.
you.
I swear to God, anytime I go to the store and I have a specific goal in mind, someone will always be in the aisle standing right exactly where I need to be. It cannot be a
odd.
coincidence.
It is weird how sometimes that just seems to happen though too. Where I'm like, really? None of you knew this was here before. I feel like,
Especially like one of the last times it happened, there's no one ever down the laundry aisle.
Yeah.
Well, there were 3 motherfuckers down there that day. And I was like, you have got to be shitting me. Of all the aisles I need to go down right now, this is where everybody's at.
And you're all standing in front of the one I want.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the worst part about it, is you know what you need. You can just go and grab it and be gone. And they're right the fuck there.
Sometimes if I know I'm grabbing it and they're looking, I'll just say, excuse me, and grab it and get out of the way. Like I've tried being patient sometimes and waiting, but other people don't care enough to move along so you can get in there. So I've stopped being considerate after a while. And I feel like I'm saying, excuse me, I'm coming in, I'm grabbing the thing, and now I'm out of your way. Stare as long as you like now. Like I can't do that to myself anymore and just sit and stand and wait for someone to be done because they're not going to care that you're back there waiting.
Nope, never.
So
Ever,
just
ever.
excuse me and get out of my way a second so I can grab the thing and then back to what you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got one.
Mhm.
One that I always like going to. Now, I know I've mentioned that I have like a kick for almonds here lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one thing that I love, and I don't do it all the time, and mainly because it feels like it gets very messy, because it does.
Mhm.
But I still love doing it, and I've been trying to find ways to keep the mess contained, but it's just so difficult.
Not going to work.
It's shelled peanuts, like roasted
Yeah.
shelled peanuts.
That's hard.
Just, I've tried eating them out of the bag and then having a bowl in which to put the shells, and I've tried
it's gonna
so
go
many
everywhere.
different configurations. It always gets all over your shirt, the dust, the salt, but they're so good.
They really are. Yeah. It's
They're so
like
good.
just a little bit of the salt off the shell too. It's just like something about that salt for some reason just hits different too. Mom used to always get us walnuts and we would sit around and crack those bitches. Now you want to talk about freaking messy. And that's hard. I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are
Yeah.
we just getting them already shelled? Because it takes a big freaking cracker that you're going through. And I was a kid. I'm like, I can't break these things open. They're tough.
Yeah,
But they were good.
they're all over around here. I swear, you can find
Yeah.
them all over the place.
Yeah.
And
I haven't
sure-
looked in a while. So
I'm sure I could do something with them, but it's one of those
they're good
things.
for
Like,
hardwood floors. Like you just dump your shells if you can deal with it for a while and just let the oils come off on it and stuff like that.
okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I don't know how long it takes to be fair. But yeah. It's good for the floors.
Now, I think one thing that our audience is probably going to, because I feel like we've stayed
touched on
true.
chips.
Yeah, we've stayed true to our preference of the savory, salty type.
Mhm.
So let's venture over into sweets. Like if you had a candy bar right now to choose, like if you could choose one candy bar, what would it be?
Oh, see, that's tough because I do change that a lot. But the one that I've gone to, I think, the most since I was a kid is Zero Bar.
A
The
zero bar?
bastard of all of the candy bars. I feel like it wants to be a part of it, but never quite made it. But
Hmm.
you've heard of it or you've not. It's in between. But yeah, I love that nougat. I like the little the white chocolate that surrounds it, and pretty much anything like peanut butter I enjoy too. when it comes to that. So I like the I like the Reese's cups, but like the special ones, like the eggs or the trees, or yes, I love the garbage peanut butter. I know a lot of people are like, ah, and I'm like, no, I want more of it though. And so that's why I like those eggs and everything. And sometimes I'd buy the whole freaking box.
Yeah.
Now they come in bags and stuff, but you know, before you could only find it around Easter, and that was that. And now they make them in for all the holidays. But
I will say, because I'm with you on the peanut butter, the Reese's. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit. I feel like
it's bad. It's dry, but I love it.
But that's the appeal of it.
Yeah.
It makes the whole thing. And there was one year, many, many years ago, I had found like a full-size Easter bunny that was a Reese's Easter bunny. Yeah. So I thought, oh, this is going to be amazing. I found my limit for that peanut butter.
I mean, that does sound like it's a lot in the center. I don't know how big this bunny was, but yeah.
It was about the size of like what you'd,
like a
I guess, like
bunny.
a typical Easter bunny,
chocolate
chocolate Easter
bunny.
bunny.
I'm still thinking it was flat on one side. So no.
Yeah, no.
Like how the eggs are?
Yeah, like it would be the flat on the backside, but it still looked like a bunny, but it was filled with. Because my thing is like, oh, it'll be like pieces or whatever. Like it's not going to be like a full Reese's peanut butter cup filled with, no way.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it was. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, as you're eating it, it's like, oh my God, it's so good. And then I hit the wall and it was like, that's too much.
Yeah. When the wall comes up with no matter what it is you're eating, you literally can't force yourself to swallow another bite. Like it's just, we're done here.
Yep. It's like you said, nope, that was too much. But it was good. So just be aware. They're out there. Maybe. I haven't seen one or I haven't actively looked for one. But
I didn't know they existed. And I don't really care about Easter. So it's not like I'm going to shop for anything. It's just if it happens to be out, I'm like, oh yeah, it's Easter. I can go get my eggs. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So just if you happen to search around next Easter, maybe look around. Maybe,
okay.
You got to go out of your way. Just
because now I kind of want the challenge has been extended, and I kind of want to take the challenge because I haven't found my limit on it yet, and I would like to see.
But again, like I said, this has been at least 10 years. It could be a little bit longer than that. I don't know, but I know it's been at least that long.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
Hopefully they're still out there. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be. Because
well, now that I know they exist.
Yeah.
Well, I know plenty of people because like that they were just like, how do you like that peanut butter? That's the biggest thing. I'm like, but that's what's so good. I even like Reese's Pieces. I just want their
I get it.
Peanut butter. I don't know why. And I see it. I see you. I see why you don't like it. I know it's crumbly and it's dry.
But hey.
And it's probably not real. I know. I'm aware.
Let's look at what about the other peanut buttery flavors? Butterfinger. Okay, that is an entirely different type of peanut butter. That's that hard, crunchy.
And it's just, it sticks to your teeth too hard. Like I want to love Butterfinger because the taste is good, but it's a lot of work too, where I'm just like, I can't get it off my teeth.
That's why I always gravitated toward a Fifth Avenue bar because it was close enough.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I forgot about those. You're right. That is close enough. It's a little more crumbly, like softer. Mm-hmm.
I remember one year, and it's probably, I'm going to say I was 10. It could have been older, younger, I don't know. 10's a good number. I don't even remember how it happened or where I was getting them. It might have been within the candy bar. I remember when candy bars used to have like prizes inside or coupons or
something,
whatever.
Yeah.
I had coupons that I was getting out of these candy bars for a free Fifth Avenue bar. Mm-hmm. So you open that shit up and it's like, you get a free one. And I'm like, fucking A. I had two of these bitches and I'm like, give me two, baby. And oh my God. And that was the worst part about it is being a kid and they're just giving shit away and you could just get this stuff for free. Yeah, I'm going to get as much as I can.
And people were nicer to kids back then too.
Yeah.
So they were just like, oh, let the kid have it. Because I can remember going straight into a bar. They'd sell me whatever for whoever because they just assumed the kid was telling the truth, that we were taking our cigarettes back to mom and dad or whatever, or they would just sell us candy bars from the bar. It was like we had a bar literally a block from the house called Alice's Lounge. And I used to walk there all the time with my friends' because her dad would send her to go buy the cigarettes. It was funny. We were like 8. They're just like, here, they knew it was for dad. I'm like, okay, now, no.
Yeah, never going to happen.
No.
Never going to happen.
But
do you have any others that like really stood out to you as far as like, because I feel like as far as candy bars go, I'm open to a lot of them. Like, I don't feel like there's one that really...
Like Payday, I used to be addicted to for a really long time also. My mom was huge into peanuts and stuff like that. So that's probably why I had all of this stuff. Because like peanut buster parfaits, a Dairy Queen, like, that's what she always wanted, or a peanut pecan or a pecan pie or whatever,
Yeah.
So we always had a lot of Paydays. And I've had some since then, and they seem to hit okay. I don't think they're as good. Maybe the caramel, or I just got an old one or something, and it just didn't seem it was good. But those were always really good. Something simple, just caramel, peanuts stuck to caramel. Done,
It works.
I loved it. And man, I'm kind of going through the aisle. Because if you brought me any candy bar, I'd probably be okay with it.
Yeah, I can't think of one that just stands out as like, I will not eat that. I absolutely refuse.
Yeah, I can't think of it. Like maybe something with cream if it was gross. I don't know, but I can't think of anything like that. No, I'm just like chocolate, sweet, good. I'm sure I'll be fine with whatever it is. Well, I'll take that back. I don't care for, I can do this. 3 Musketeers. I don't want just the nougat.
It's one of those that I'll go to every once in a blue moon just because I'm like...
Mars or up. It's got to be Mars or better. I got to have the caramel or nothing, not just the nougat. So
I don't know what I can take it. It just, again, I would never go to the store and be like, I've got to have three Musketeers. I've got to have it right now.
Like, this is what I'm here for.
But if it's there, I wouldn't say no to it. I'd be like, yeah.
So are you an Almond Joy or a Mounds person?
Okay, you found them. There's my line. The coconut. The coconut. I won't say that I absolutely loathe it. Like, I can tolerate it to a point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's the texture of actual caramel or coconut, like the flakes and shit that say I can't.
Sure.
I don't know what it is.
I like coconut though. So you don't like those snowballs then either, if you remember those, because we used to always peel that off the top and play with it. It's just like, I remember as a kid, we would just always play with the coconutty thing and we would just eat the brownie out the center. Because it just felt like clay or some shit. I don't know, like this wiggly jiggly thing on it. Anyway. I used to love those little cupcakes though too, like the Hostess cupcakes that you got the 2 in the little thing, and I didn't care what flavor you got me on that one either. I would eat it. It was good. I remember getting a lot more Hostess stuff as a kid than I do now. Like I remember getting Twinkies and stuff. I can't remember the last time I ever bought a Twinkie or had one even. I'm assuming they're still around.
I believe they are. I just don't remember. Yeah, I don't have no idea.
Because wasn't that the joke in like an apocalypse, like roaches and Twinkies will be the things to survive? Because I don't think Twinkies will get moldy either. I think they just stay the course until they've been eaten.
They say they got a shelf life, but I don't know what.
I don't know what the shelf life is. I don't know if we found it yet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Does anybody have a Twinkie from like the first batch? I don't know. I'd be curious because we pump so much artificial crap into things now. Like it probably tasted way better back then when people cared what their stuff tasted like and it wasn't just about profit. Or even like those little handy snacks. I think we used to get all the time.
Yeah, I remember that. See, those were things I don't think I actively got all that often, but I do remember them because that was just like cheese and crackers and you just...
Sometimes you didn't have the little red stick, and I'm like, what's going on here, man?
Oh, yeah.
Like, how did I not get the red stick? And then I would just dip it in there anyway. I don't know that I ever used the stick all that often. I just kind of dipped it in the cheese or the peanut butter and moved on with my life. Because those, like, we used to call them salad crackers. I'm sure there's an actual name for them or whatever. That's what I haven't had in a while either. Ooh, Club. Is that what it is? The Club crackers?
Those are good.
They really are.
So weird how simple but delicious they are.
And I'll eat those by themselves even. I think it's the buttery to
it's kind of like a Ritz. Yeah, because a Ritz has that buttery flavoring to it that just it adds something to it. Doesn't like it's not a fucking saltine. Because saltines are just dry ass crackers.
Yeah. I think they were built to be with stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Like,
I would
put
put them in
cucumber
my
on.
stew or chili or something like that.
Okay. But I always did like the oyster crackers, but that's kind of the same thing, I guess. But they're
Yeah.
a little puffy. But, you know, the best thing for saltines is the breading for your chicken.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I will crush that up. It's my favorite. Now, you don't really need extra salt because there's plenty in that already. And something about it crisps up so much nicer.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
use it in my meatloaf too. I don't use breadcrumbs. I'll crush up saltines.
I'm going to have to try that. That does sound like a really smart idea.
It's good, man. That's why we always keep some saltines around. So if I ever feel like frying something or making a meatloaf or whatever, I'll use that. 'Cause just take a rolling pin and roll over a bag with it in there and you're done. It takes like no time.
It's awesome.
I just did it the other day. So, yeah, I don't know. And a lot of the times too, I can remember I was a big fan of ice cream. I don't eat it as much anymore because like I feel like it kind of messes with my stomach sometimes. Maybe it's just the older I got, the less tolerant I am of dairy, but I'll eat it anyway. I don't care. I push through. It's less like I'll have the poops. It's fine. I want to eat it. You know, like I just don't care enough. But Ben and Jerry's, like there was always some new flavor that we would get all the time. And I didn't care what it was. I wanted to try them all.
Yeah.
They had so many really great flavors. And just they came in the perfect like size pint. Like maybe it wasn't supposed to be for us sitting, but they were though.
But yeah, I mean, you have a pint. What are you going to do? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, come on. Like this is one sitting, right? This is what it was meant for. So I remember getting that a lot. Like, especially like when the Hubs and I were like still dating and stuff every time we'd go to, because we used to like, if we wanted a snack at 2 a.m., we would just go get it. Something was open, we'd go get it, you know? And it always seemed like we had to bring back an ice cream, whichever one it was, till we tried them all. It's really good. So that was that now I want to go get some. It's the perfect weather for it now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We have an ice cream guy that still sometimes comes up and down there, and I'm like, I die when I see like an $8 ice cream. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Remember the Ninja Turtle ice creams with the like the eyes or whatever? It's like he's got like the Mario Brothers one or stuff still, and I'm like, is that from the 80s still? Because I'm curious if they make those anymore.
Holy shit, I forgot about those.
I don't remember was it a jelly bean eye or something? I don't know.
Or gum.
Oh,
I remember there was
gum.
one that had like it was
bubble gum in it.
I don't even remember what the hell this one was because I remember there was a Mickey Mouse one. I remember that one. But then there was also this other one. And I feel like it was pink, shaped like a foot.
Yes.
Weird as that fucking is. And it had the big gumball as like the toenail for the big toe.
Which I do remember, like, why did we put gum with ice cream?
I don't know.
I found that was really weird. But you're right. We did have some strange combos like that. I always just went for the chocolate eclair one. I was pretty boring, I guess, where it was just the ice cream with the hard shell and the nuts and everything that was on it. Like, is that what they were called? The eclair or
Might have been.
or
I don't
something?
remember.
There was a strawberry one and a chocolate one that usually they had.
Shit.
know.
Were they Good Humor? Was that the brand?
Ooh, that might have
maybe?
been. That might have
Or
been.
at least there was a brand like that. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yep.
That's what I feel like I always got. I didn't gravitate toward the popsicle side, you know, which is what had most of the gum, I think, was like the popsicle sides. But I could be wrong. I feel like they were probably on some ice creams also. Because the universal one is the red, white, and blue popsicle, bomb pop, or whatever the crap they'd call it. You know, like every ice cream, I think that's just what you have to sell when you buy an ice cream truck. That has to come with it.
You know what? I don't think my daughter's ever had one of those. I'm going to have to buy her one of those this year.
Do you have ice cream people that still ice cream trucks or anything? Ours is just some dude pushing a cart now. Like the truck is gone. Like we used to have a truck. But
I feel like I could find them in the store, but I also know that's not the same. And I feel like there's an ice cream truck that goes around, but I'd have to find out where his route is because I have no idea.
Because, yeah, I feel like if she's never had that experience of like going to chase the ice cream truck down and getting it out of there, there's something fun about it. Like now in hindsight, at the time, it just felt normal that we were walking up to some stranger in a van buying ice cream, you know, like with a stupid music that would play.
Like we had, I mean, obviously me and my brother, we did not grow up in an area where the ice cream truck was going to show up. We were in a rural part of the town, like back road. No fucking way we're ever going to see that. So there were rare occasions where we would be with someone in a town where the ice cream truck would run. And, oh yeah, that was like we're not missing this. We don't get this. They get this shit all the time. We don't get this. I'm not missing this opportunity.
No,
So,
it was smart. You play that music, they knew those kids would be like, Mom, Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad, I need dollars, I need dollars, I need dollars. You know, and we would, all of us kids, I can remember just going out on the street and we were just standing there forever. And then, of course, there's always like 3 adults holding a beer behind them. Like, yeah, I think get me that one too while you're at it, you know, and we'd like get 10 ice creams for like $5.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
amazing.
and get change, right? You know, so yeah, no, we would not miss it. We would run if he started to get off our street. No. But I think after a while, you know what routes you need to go to. So he was slow to come down our street. He knew there was like 6 of us that would just like pop out of nowhere. You know, like, ice cream, you know.
What's that?
I know that song. And to the chagrin of all of the parents, because you know the song does not stop playing when it's parked.
No.
It just keeps going.
Or however it
something
goes.
plunky, yeah. That they would play. Man, I don't know if I can think of much else. Now I'm just thinking about all the stuff I used to get as a kid,
Yeah.
and like the Dunkaroos and the. You know, I was watching something on YouTube that reminded me of this the other day that I forgot. Do you remember the ooze tubes? It looked like
That
gel,
just-
like hair gel, and it was just like,
yes.
what were we doing?
It was
What
like a
were we
liquid
doing? Yes.
sucker, wasn't it?
Well, it was in it like looked like a hair gel tube, and you just squeezed the ooze into your mouth and ate the ooze because it was supposed to be good. Like I remember getting them. I don't.
Me too.
Was it good? Like I don't even remember if I liked it or if it was just the novelty of it. But yeah,
I would say it's the novelty because I know of at least one time that I had it, and it was like a Ninja Turtle gel,
Yeah, probably.
and it was like eating a sucker, but it was
But
just
it was gooey.
gel.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to taste like a sucker or something like that, or the
It's
push
fucking
pops. Yeah, it was weird. We did have some weird stuff.
We did.
Well, it was before, I guess, like everything was supposed to be like safe or whatever, you know, like the last of not giving a crap if the kids got hurt or whatever. Because I feel like lawn darts went out about when I was still a kid. Like we still had them around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we ever thought that was a good idea, even for adults. Like we're just throwing sharp objects into the. Obviously, people died and got skewered. I mean, obviously, they were real. They were real heavy ass metal sharp darts that were throwing at each other. Sometimes I just question people. Like, what were we thinking? Even then, what?
You can ask that about a lot of things in this.
I don't know. I just even in the 70s or 80s, I wouldn't be like, you know what, we should give a 5-year-old a really, really sharp dart and just tell them go throw it at people. It's fine. Because that's what they're doing. They're not throwing it in the air and playing the game. We're throwing it at each other and getting stitches. Even slip and slide was like torture.
Yeah, if you didn't have it in the right spot,
It hurts.
run over a rock. Ugh.
Like just flopping down on the ground and sliding past the slide. Like it hurt.
It
man.
always seemed so fun in the commercials, and then you did it yourself, and it was like, "Oh, this isn't as fun as I
It
thought."
hurt so bad. That's all I remembered was like, ow. Like you.
You got to have one of
Maybe-
those suburban houses with a nice flat lawn that's all soft, and
That's
you know,
probably it. Ours probably was not that soft. And then, like, I think it barely fit in our backyard even. It was hilarious. Like,
it
we
just
had all
doesn't
those.
work on every
It really
lawn.
doesn't. I like it. I know. When I'm like, did they still make slip and slides? Because I feel
I'm
like
sure
that's
they do.
because I feel like it was also like us kids and drunk people that loved slip and slides. If
Sure.
you were a drunk adult, you wanted the slip and slide, and sometimes they took it from us because the people in our street drank a lot, and so the parents got drunk while we were just effing off or wherever. And when the street lights came on, we were expected to be home, and that was that. I'm really curious. Do they sell slip and slide 2024?
I feel like they still do. I mean, I haven't heard anything to the contrary, but
Oh, wait. I'm seeing something here about them being discontinued. 7 adults and 1 teen suffered broken necks, bone fractures, and paralysis in 91. Wow. What were you doing to
Really?
get that bad, though? Like, I feel like that was some work to get, like, your broken neck and bone fractures and paralyzed. Like, I'm thinking a pubic bone got broke, maybe a rib. But, like, all of that just seems like you were very violently sliding into a wall or something. So, according to this, it was taken off the market in 91.
Interesting. I felt like they were still out there.
Maybe people still have them. Well, I don't know. There's something here called Whammo Slip and Slide, but it actually has like little thingies for you to slide on. Like that was smart. Something cushiony to slide on. That was a better idea. And it has like a little rubber edge at the bottom so you can't just keep sliding off. Look at you guys thinking.
So you said from Whammo?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right here.
That's okay. That has to be one of those what do you call it? One of those product names, companies that was parodied because for some reason I can hear from Blammo in my head.
Oh,
and I feel like that
might have been the joke one.
Yeah, I think that was might have been a Ren and Stimpy cartoon. That actually might have been a log. Yeah, from Blammo.
Okay.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe. All right. Well, I guess you can get a slip and slide now. It's just had to be improved, I guess, so you don't get paralyzed. That just, I kind of need to read that story. I feel like that's some extra work on your part for it to be that bad. But did you just put it on straight concrete? Like now?
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. I mean, these people get so mad. All right, here's a great example. Actually fits with the aesthetic of everything we're talking about here.
Oh, okay.
So, do you remember how I mentioned probably weeks ago about the mushrooms and what have you? And
oh yeah.
Okay, so the same people that suggested that to me suggested another product, and it's called Break Free Candy. This is supposed to be vegan candy bars that are exactly like the candy bars we've been talking about. Okay, they're supposed to be
not exactly like if you're
vegan replicas of those candy bars.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So I saw it. The deal was like $20 for like 10 candy bars, and I was like,
that's actually pretty cheap, especially for a vegan option. I would think would be more.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Sure, let's why not? You know, I'm down for a candy bar, and if it's supposed to be like that, I can say yay or nay.
Yeah.
So I got it. Now it came in a box. They had it wrapped up all nice and neat and tight. But the problem that I was worried about, and I wasn't worried about it from them because they're trying to do their best, or at least I would assume they are. My concern was the day it was going to be delivered. God damn it, wouldn't you know that was the hottest fucking day that week.
And no.
Yeah. And I was like, son of a bitch. It's going to be, because the day before was not as hot. But sure enough.
Would it melt?
Well, here was my concern.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be dropped off, or at least I got the delivery time around 1:30 or something like that. And I was like, all right, well, that gives me about 90 minutes to get home. But still, it's going to be sitting right there in the sun.
Oh, no.
Okay, there's nowhere in that spot where they deliver where it can be in the shade. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I get home, I find the box. It does feel warm. I crack it open, and they planned. They had it wrapped, sealed with some sort of like, I guess, reflective
Is it like
paper.
dry ice? Oh.
And I think they did have like a little ice pack in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was meant to try and keep it as cold as possible as best you could. Now, I didn't feel like super cold, but once you opened it up,
melty.
yeah, it felt like, and what was funny is there was a note when I opened it up, and it was from the bakers or the makers, and they were just like, hey, we understand it's really hot right now. If you happen to get this, and it happened to be sitting outside, just set it in the refrigerator for a few hours, let them put himself back together. Hopefully it won't be that bad. And then they had to proceed to say that because they are such a small company and they cannot control the weather, that they cannot refund candy that it was been melted because they can't control it.
They can't control. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I don't blame you for this.
I'm sure a billion people tried it.
Exactly. That's and this is where I'm going with this, with the slip and slide. I guarantee you, some dumb ass set this motherfucker on a hill on some jagged ass rocks and said, this'll be fine. People got hurt and were like, well, this thing is defective. No, you're the dumb ass that put it there, you stupid shit.
You've got
what are you talking about? It's not the company's fault.
Mm-hmm.
So
you might be right.
Yeah, never once when I got that candy was I sitting here thinking, well, if these are fucking melted,
yeah,
damn these people who could not control the delivery system that got them to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when they left their facility, I'm sure they were pristine. They were still in pretty good condition, and they tasted pretty damn close.
Oh, well, there's at least that.
I'm
They
not going
tasted
to
pretty
say
good.
that they were 1-to-1 accurate, but pretty damn close.
Well, good.
Like, I think there was one that was a payday, and you could have told me that was a fucking payday, and I'd have believed you. Like, that's how close it was.
I wonder, how are they making that?
I don't know.
Not all
I don't
the
know.
milk. Yeah.
Because I know you got to remove certain things. They've got their methods, whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
Whatever works. And if it makes you feel better eating your candy or whatever, then you do you, man. It's fine.
It was-
And
it's good
it sounds
stuff.
like it was reasonable in price.
Yeah. Like I said, it's called Break Free. Not a sponsor here, but if they want to be,
Yeah.
I'll promote your
I'll
candy.
do it.
Because
Yep.
like I said, I loved it. I thought the only problem that I might have had, and again, this could have been from the heat. I don't know. Is some of the candy bars with the caramel, since I don't know what their method is of making it, might have been the vegan element. So sometimes the caramel didn't quite taste like I expect caramel to taste, like it had
Sure.
like an off flavor. So that would have been my only complaint. But again, I don't know what they're doing to make their caramels. So
Yeah. And I feel like that's fair that it's not going to taste exactly like it because you're kind of taking out the main ingredient that we've been making these things with, which is animal products, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
But like I said, damn close. I mean, there were even some variations they made, which I couldn't tell you from what to what, but it would be like instead of a regular milk chocolate, they'd lean toward a dark chocolate, and that might have just worked in that candy bar's favor. Maybe it just wasn't working with the other, but it was still good, you know?
Yeah.
And I will admit, again, not a sponsor, but, you know, if you want to be, I'm talking you up pretty hard right now. They had some pretty clever names for their bars.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, you could kind of, you had your Galaxy bar. You had your Tres Amigos bar.
Oh, God, I love that. Okay.
You had your, what did they call it? Like not a break, but something like that. Like,
Crack bar?
shit. I can't remember what the hell it was.
But something cute.
Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm just going to pull it up.
I like when people do little plays on words, though. That's what-
Yeah, because, that made it better than. That was one, which, depending on how, it was, I think that one was supposed to be a Snickers. I don't know why they call it better than, but better than ... And then
Gotcha. Okay.
Overload was the payday. They had Pecan Bliss, which I let Katrina have all that.
Yeah.
I didn't want
You don't
that.
like pecans?
No, I don't. I've tried. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
There was the Crunchy Bar, which I think was a Kit Kat. No, it was a Twix. That's what it was.
Okay. That makes sense.
Candy Break and Take a Break. And I think those were supposed to be like the Take 5 and the...
Yeah.
What was that Reese's one they've got now? That's
I
like
think
a
there is one that's
fast
just like
break
yeah.
or something like that. And then there was the Nut Bar. And then the Crunchy Break. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again,
Probably
all-
like a crunch bar. Oh, there is a crunch bar, where isn't it? Or it's just like the wafer, not wafer.
just the chocolate.
Like it's
and
got like the pops in it, like little poppy.
Yeah, the Rice Krispies.
That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, yeah. Isn't that what crunch is? It's just like the chocolate and the crispy
You'd think
pops.
so.
Okay.
But they didn't have one of them. Of course,
Oh,
I would
I
have
thought maybe that
loved
was
that.
one.
You know, that would have been good too.
Yeah.
I think that would have been pretty much all vegan. Whatever, however you made your chocolate, and just throw some Rice Krispies in there. I can't imagine they're not vegan. If they are, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. Probably some, I don't know, fertilizer counts now or something. I don't know.
We put the blood of the elves in each Rice Krispie.
That's why they're so good. Those poor Keeblers.
I don't really know if there's anything else I've
Yeah.
got to.
I
I just want to talk
it's-
about snacks, man.
I
just
did
wanted
too,
to-
yeah. I mean that another one that I can blow through though, no problem. Oreos. If we're talking about sweet, I can eat a sleeve without even thinking about it too. There, it's just like, oof. Now I'm gonna.
Especially when you got the milk, you just go into this mode, man. And 2, 3, 4, it's not enough, and it always feels like just one more, because you still got all that milk.
Yeah. Well, see, it's the vicious cycle because it's like, and then you run out of milk, but you like maybe just ate another, that you gotta, well, a little bit more milk. And then, well, now I've got too much milk left over, so I should have another Oreo. And then you're sick.
Yeah.
And
Vicious
then everything
cycle.
hurts. Yeah. But that I can tear through pretty easily also.
Mm.
Yeah.
The way I can avoid that is because of the lactose problem, is because I'll
Oh.
look at the milk and I'll just be like, I want it, man. And sometimes I will. Sometimes I will, but I can talk myself out of it because of the milk thing and just be like, well, I don't want to have that bellyache. But I
Sure.
love them. Do you like just regular or do you want the double stuff?
I mean, I kind of like the double stuff now that they exist.
Yeah.
You know, now that I know there can be so much more stuffing, I'm like, well, that's how they should be then.
Mhm.
I even like the golden ones.
I think, yeah, they're pretty good.
I mean, they're
Not too
definitely not the same, but I love the golden ones. And then they'll do those special ones from time to time too, where it's like a mint, which is also good. See, they're another one that's fun. They'll do like some other fun flavors or chocolate covered Oreo with something or whatever. And yeah, I like those. They're too
Or you
expensive.
do some
but
weird shit like the Swedish fish they did one year. Which was
I
so
missed this
weird.
one. They put Swedish fish in chocolate.
I did a whole episode about it.
Oh, shit.
Save the flavor. Go check it out.
You know what? I think I remember that now because
Yeah.
I'm like, why does this sound familiar? Oh, savor the flavor.
Mm.
That's what I miss.
I'm sure we
I
could
got
go
nothing.
for
Oh yeah, I could
hours
just
more.
keep naming snacks that I love, but
so many
Yeah.
snacks. So many snacks. We might have to, if we can come up with some more, we might just do a part 2 sometime or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, there's
We'll
always
figure it
going to be
out.
a lot of like, or even like our favorite discontinued items or something.
Oh yeah, that would be a rabbit hole. By God, trying to remember all
there's-
those.
That would be hard.
I might have to come up with a list. So, anyway, siblings, what's your favorite snack? What do you enjoy to when you just need something, a little comfort, just something you grab, whatever it is? Let us know on social media at Super Mega Crash, or you can send us an email. If you know of all these discontinued snacks we may be considering that might have come out in the 80s and 90s, even 2000s, I'll even go that far. I feel like we'd kind of lost track of some of those. Let us know, and let's see if we can pull all these memories out of our head, because I'd love to talk about that too. Discontinued snacks, things that you cannot find, things that you cannot find, have not seen since. That would be the key.
And see, some things I thought were discontinued only to realize I just haven't looked for it in 30 years.
Mm.
And then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, like Dunkaroos.
They made a comeback.
Yeah. And I thought they were just gone. They were gone
That's
for
what
a
we
minute,
need to
right?
find. We need to find those snacks that have just disappeared.
Can't
Like, because we could have said Crystal Pepsi at one point in time, and they
Oh,
brought that
gee.
shit back.
Is it back though, or did they do it for like a memory thing? Like
I think it
guess
was just temporary. I don't think it's back. I think it
'Cause,
was
like-
a limited run thing, and it's like, hey, look, Crystal Pepsi's back, and no one was like, I don't. Fuck
Did
cares.
you like it?
I'm
I don't
not a big
recall thinking
Pepsi
it was that
person
good.
anyway, so it
Oh,
was
okay.
just like, who the? It's a call.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It just clear Pepsi was
Yeah.
basically what it was, but it tasted worse. I don't know. But you're
Yeah, it
right. I was
just-
never a huge Pepsi person, but like, yeah, we tried it. Of course, why not? It was something new and supposed to be fun, and it didn't last.
Feel like that was something else we did on Savor the Flavor. So might have to go
Whenever
back
they
and
come
just
around.
hear whatever
Go
I
see
said
what he
about
did.
that. Yeah, because I don't remember. I remember when I saw it and I was like, I got to get this. I got to try it. We got to do this on the show. I don't remember which one, but I feel like we did. So
Maybe.
yeah, I don't remember it being in it. Like you remember things that stick with you.
Yeah.
That one's not one of those things that was just like, oh my God, I've got to have this again. It was just like, just
Yeah.
whatever.
We did it. And it's gone.
So support us over on Patreon. Leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcasting app, and keep up with any and all things over at pencilplayproductions.com/supermegacrash. Links are in the show notes. Join us again next week, siblings. But until then, grab your favorite snack
Yeah,
and
you
then
did.
go beyond your limits.
My favorite snacks are the ones that I help pick out, like baked tortilla chips with a healthy salsa dip.
My favorite snacks are grapes, they're great. Pop them in my mouth and my taste buds celebrate.
My favorite snack is fruit, fresh and cool. I love it in the morning, even better after school.
This has been a Pencil and Paper Podcast Network production.